So GPU mining hasn't really seen much profitability since the merge, but some miners are still profitable on coins like Casper and Radiant. However, there is a coin right now which has very good profitability, even for miners with high power costs. This is NEXA coin, and you can solo mine it, but if you want to make more while dual mining, you can with ZIL coin. So let's check out how to turn on dual mining and then go over some profitability comparisons. So NEXA is a fairly new coin which has just come into the mining scene, and a lot of miners are putting some hash rates into the coin because of its profitability. It's currently not listed on many exchanges because the market cap is very low. I'm sure if it continues with growth, then we'll see more trading platforms allow for it. Lastly, when mining this coin, there is a long time to wait for transaction confirmations, so if you're planning to mine it, then it takes a while for the coins to hit your wallet. So because of its profitability, miner programs are starting to add dual mining abilities to allow for even more profits added on with ZIL coin. So here on the bzminer GitHub, we can see that the newest version right here shows NEXA has been added to their list of coins in collaboration with lolminer. Now it doesn't list dual mining for NEXA and ZIL, but I'll show you how you can set that up really easily after you download the miner. So we'll just go ahead and download the newest version of the miner, then unzip the files in there. Then we just have these pre-made batch files here, and the one for NEXA is here, but this doesn't include dual mining. So we actually have to set that up and create our own one for that. The way to do this is to go to the dual mining file here at the bottom of all the files. If we open it, it'll give us a bunch of command lines for different dual modes for different coins. So we can copy one of these and edit it in the mining NEXA and ZIL file. So you just take one of these lines and take it into any batch file. As you can see right here, we're just opening up this random batch file, highlight all of this and just replace it with this copied command line. So this coin right here is displaying is Casper coin, so we'll go ahead and change it to NEXA right here. Then we need to get a wallet address. So you might already have one, but I believe you can download the wallet from the NEXA page. So we want to paste this over these 4 numbers. Then we need to change our server, so we can look at mining pool stats to find a pool that we can mine to. However, there has been a lot of shady things going on with these pools for NEXA and for ZIL coin, so I'm just going to go with our plant pool for now. When we get on here, we can click on the NEXA coin on the side here, and then click on the Connect tab. We are just looking for the server port, so we can click through these and make sure you click on the server to your region. Then down here, it will generate the correct server, as we can see, and all we have to do is copy this server part and paste it over the server in the batch file that we are editing. So that's the NEXA part side covered, and now we need to move on to the ZIL side, which is basically the same method. So we paste our ZIL address here over these numbers, and then we need to get a server again. Now the top pools I believe only allow for ZIL mining with other Ethereum coins, but Shard Pool allows for dual mining with any coin. So we need to use Shard Pool, or I think Crazy Pool offers this as well. Head over to the website and change this server tab again to your server location, and it's going to give you a port to that server. Copy this server part again and paste it over the server in the batch file. It should all be set up now, and all you have to do is exit the file and save it. Then we can double click the file and it should open and run. So it will mine NEXA constantly, and then once every 1 to 2 hours it will mine ZIL coin. I think on Shard Pool the minimum payout for ZIL is 1, so depending on your rig you could earn way more than that per day. Now if you can't get this set up, then just join the Discord below or drop a comment and I'll try help you out. Also, I want to mention that in this pool it says the first payment will be made 7 days after mining, and the developers wait for 5,000 confirmations before payment. So you shouldn't mine to an exchange wallet for NEXA. Now I don't really know why they have done this, but if you're not seeing your payments, then this is probably the reason why, as you'll have to wait a while. Now the minimum payment on our plant for pool mining is 10,000 NEXA, which isn't really a lot. Now if you do want to do solo mining, then the blocks are going to be around 10 million NEXA per block, which might take a while depending on what cards you're mining with. Now let's move on to profitability. We can't actually see this on what to mine because NEXA isn't put on there yet, so we have to look at hashrate.no for the right profitability. I did cover this a little bit in my last video, but we'll take a bigger look overall here. So we are on the NEXA page and it displays below every GPU for NEXA mining. These revenues will fluctuate, so keep that in mind. Let's firstly sort by efficiency so we can see which cards are the most efficient. Now when we look at efficiency, we need to compare it to the power cost that you personally have. So the top card here has an efficiency of around 25 cents, which means that you can be profitable on this card up to 25 cents per kilowatt hour. I know many of you will have 10 or 12 cents, so these cards will be profitable no matter what. Now at the top of the list is of course the 40 series cards, which are profitable up to around 22 cents per kilowatt hour. Then as you go down, we start to see older generation cards like the 3090 and the RX 6000 series. I know many of you guys won't have the 40 series cards yet, but a lot of you will have the 30 series or the 6000 series. So I just wanted to show that they really still hold profitability in the range of 20 to 15 cents per kilowatt hour. Realistically, if you are getting lower power rates at 10 cents, then pretty much every card on this list will give profits for NEXA coin. Now let's look at the actual revenues you can make on NEXA. So we'll sort these by revenue here, and at the top is expected obviously the 40 series. But in 4th and 5th we have the 3090 and the 3080 Ti's. Now remember, this figure is only for NEXA mining and doesn't include the dual mining process. So we can estimate profits based on other dual mining coins here. When we click on the 3090 Ti card for dual mining, we can see here it displays Ethereum Classic revenue and then the Ethereum Classic revenue plus ZIL below that. We are making around 34 cents on Ethereum Classic alone and around 47 cents with the ETH plus ZIL. Then we calculate that out, it comes to around 28% extra profits from dual mining. So now let's head back to the revenues and apply this figure onto the NEXA revenues. I'm just going to be looking below the 40 series as many of you won't have them yet. So on the 3090 Ti we have a revenue of around 80 cents. So if we add around 28% on top of that, we get around $1.10 in revenue per day, which is actually pretty good, and the efficiency allows for profits up to 18 cents per kilowatt hour. Now I'm not going to analyze all these cards, but I'll leave a link below to the Hashrate website so you can check it out for yourself and see if your cards are profitable. Also remember to add that 25% extra on top for ZIL mining. Lastly, when it comes to overclocking for dual mining, you have to allow slightly more power on your cards, as sometimes it tends to have failed shares if you don't have enough power. So you can put it up a little bit higher for both NEXA and ZIL. I like to up the core clocks because these are very core intensive algorithms and will benefit from a higher core clock. I wouldn't play much with the memory, but if you can lower it without losing the hash rate, then that would be ideal. Just lower it by -100 and apply that each time until you start to see your hash rate drop off. And then you go with the number that's above that. Then you can do the same method for the core clocks but upwards. I think right now NEXA and ZIL mining is definitely the most profitable coins to be mining, so stick some efficient cards on there and stay afloat in these hard times. If this video helped you, please leave a like and subscribe. Also comment your thoughts below on the video.